Hello there. Wait. This is my cursed T-shirt, Boba Fett riding a Vespa, and it's taken me until now to pluck up the courage to put it back on again. So we have a lot to talk about, don't we? Because I feel like I'm overdosing on Star Wars right now, which feels good because I'm an addict. First, let's start off with Hasbro Pulse. So they revealed some new images of figures coming soon. However, you have to be a VIP member to join their live stream, which I am not. So I'm getting all this information like secondhand from, other people, Yakface, obviously. I'm just not important enough to be a Hasbro Pulse member. I don't have the money either. And yeah, why? And like people are saying that these are reveals, but is it a reveal if we already knew that they were coming? So let's go through one by one. So my favorite is the Boba. It's a repack of the Boba Deluxe that we had before in the Galaxy line, and yeah, thank God they put all of the accessories in now. Otherwise, I think we would be mighty pissed off. Now it looks like a good card back. It'll probably be one of the most popular in that wave for the anniversary line. Next up is Jedi Survivor, the new video game. It's the sequel to Jedi Fallen Order. We've got another Cal Kestis, and I like it. It looks pretty good, and it comes with the little droid as well. It's always nice when they both come together, not separately. Because then that was my complaint with Andor. Why do we need to get Andor and B2 Emo and like have to fork out so much money just because it's a convention exclusive? Couldn't they just, both of them, just be put into one pack and the price be lowered a little bit? Like, what's with all the I was gonna say what's with the fancy packaging, but it's not that fancy, right? So is it really value for money? I don't think so. I'm gonna be doing a lot of complaining and whining during this video, so I'm gonna get used to it. The next one is, we had Din Djarin from Mando Season 2, which is basically the same figure as the Bill Burr figure, isn't it? It's just got different head sculpt, the hover tank driver. So, I mean, like, the reveals, again, they're not that special, are they? There's nothing like really like that hits you around the face and you go, oh, wow, that's completely unexpected, and look at that brand new figure. It's like they're all like we've seen them before, and only one TVC. So we had three of the Black Series, right? And then just the one TVC, which is the Mortar Trooper, which I think should have come out a long time ago, because in the Black Series we had the Artillery Trooper, or Mortar Trooper as I like to say. We had him ages and ages ago. So it's weird that I don't really understand the discrepancies between the two scales. I mean, if a figure comes out in 3.75, it just makes common sense for it to be released automatically. I mean, that just should be a default, right? Like Hasbro, that should be a default setting. It's like this scale, and then it comes out in this scale. Okay, done. Everyone's happy. Yeah, so I'm also thinking that we might get some more images this weekend, because the London Comic-Con is coming up, isn't it? It's the end of October. It's called the MCM London Comic-Con, and I don't know, is Hasbro going to be there? Are they attending? Will there be a booth? Are there going to be any brand new figures? I have absolutely no idea. I can't remember what happened last year, and to be honest, I think in 2020, 2021, like, most Comic-Con conventions were cancelled anyway due to the coronavirus and the lockdown, so my memory's a bit hazy there. You can probably tell me in the comment section. Let's talk about plastic-free packaging and the Black Series. So right now there's this eerie silence on Facebook and just social media in general. I feel that Black Series collectors are not that happy. They're a bit it's just this slow transition phase, where we're going from the window packaging to what we've been seeing recently with the Halloween figures and also those two new Gaming Great figures. Again, Jedi Survivor, right? We got the KX security droid and also that new battle droid, which are basically, they're kind of repaints and repacks. And if you skip over to Land Speeder Luke, you can see a really good review of those two new ones. As a business person, as you know, as a store owner who only sells TVC and Black Series, probably not going to be ordering those because I think it's just too much of a risk. Gaming Greats, the price, even for me as a retailer, a small retailer, the prices just keep going up and up and up and up. So my profit margins like virtually disappear with those figures, and I just feel they're not worth it because you know, GameStop really don't put any effort into those figures. They all, not all of them, but most of them just tend to be repaints and repacks. So what's the point, you know? So I think I'm going to skip those two unless, you know, there's a completionist out there and they're like struggling to pick one up or they want extras, and yeah, you just tell me and I can grab them and give you a good price. But I'm not going out of my way to get a pallet and to buy those in bulk and then have them sit on my shelf forever and ever. There was one guy on Facebook that made me laugh, who bought the KX security droid and then he cut his own window in the packaging and then put the plastic back in, and it's like, haha, fuck you. I'm just gonna replace the window. No matter what you do, Hasbro, you'll never take these windows away from me. I thought that was a pretty cheeky move, and I might try that myself.
I hate you guys. You guys are assholes.
Right, I'm going to turn my attention to my new webpage. Well, is it new? It's like 2 months. I guess it's new-ish. I've got the credit collection up now, and I'm quite impressed with this wave. It's way better than what we got last year. The two that are the hottest right now I can show you. Number one is Ahsoka Tano. She's really, really nice. And I like the card back, the graphics on here, the artwork's really cool. I like that scene. And also the other one is, I think it's pretty obvious, right? It's Boba Fett. This guy here, got a lovely maroon color, and there's lots of like cool paint apps on his tunic, and like, I just think this looks better than the one we got in the, you know, in the single pack in the wave. So I'm going to replace, there's actually two in this that I'm going to replace. So this guy is going to replace my other Tython Boba, Nomad Boba. And then Bo-Katan here, she is way superior to the other Bo-Katan, the regular one. I just love the shading on, you know, all the different colors on her armor, and particularly her helmet. There's all like the paint apps on her helmet are beautiful. So she's going to go on a flight stand, and she's going to my original Bo-Katan is being replaced, whether she likes it or not. There are the others. I got two more. I didn't get the Dark Trooper. He's gonna come out in November. Don't know why they did that. Why would you do that, Hasbro? Why would you release like 5 in the wave and then not give us the 6th one? Okay, so we got the Tusken Raider. Ta-da! And the last one is Din Djarin again. Okay, so he's already come out, hasn't he? In previous waves of the credit collection. Not bad, not bad. But yeah, my money's on those three I showed you. Bo-Katan, Boba Fett, and Ahsoka. Really, really beautiful. They're really nice. Alright, as far as figures that I've already pre-ordered from the wholesalers coming soon, so this will be in November, the first week, I'll be getting the double pack. Ahsoka, well actually it's a 2.5 pack. Ahsoka, Din Djarin, and Baby Grogu, right? And they have some accessories, although some people have been a little bit pissed off, saying that like you could have done better with the accessories, right? Like Mando could have had a cloth, soft fabric cape, and also we could have had for Ahsoka a nice lantern, perhaps the owl as well, because I remember the TVC deluxe pack, we had quite a few little bits and pieces in there. It was quite nice. This one, basically all you're getting is the Beskar spear, and you're getting like a soft goods robe for Ahsoka. So it's, people are saying like, come on man, for the price again, that's just not enough, and you could do a little bit better. Probably the most popular upcoming figure that is the TVC, the Kenobi, the 3-pack, which looks absolutely beautiful. You've got the Jawa Tika, Purge Trooper, and Tibidon Station Kenobi, and those 3 were very popular in the Black Series as well. Tika, not so much, but the Purge Trooper and Obi-Wan, oh my, I sold so many cases of those. They were really, 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 really good figures. I'm going to open another page on my website, and I'm going to try to get some of the older figures, which I call classics, which if you're like more of a serious hardcore collector, you probably appreciate some of them. Like for example, I found this guy and he's in really good condition. Like for it to go on my webpage, it must like be in like fantastic mint condition, otherwise I'm probably not going to get it. So I got number 60, the red and black box line. This is the Death Star Trooper. I love this guy, and also his equivalent on the Rebel Alliance side, the Fleet Trooper, right, from the Tantive, and he's got the Death Star plans here, and his egghead helmet, which I love so much. This was number, oh, is that 69? Okay, 60 and 69, and yes, recently I did manage to get the Order 66 Clone Trooper pack. Not all 4 of them. I found a guy who had one of them. He had the 442nd, the Siege Battalion Trooper, and he'd like cut it so well and folded it so it looked like it had come in its own little individual case. But obviously it's not, it's just customized. Man, the response I got to that when I put it up on my social media, I only had one, and I had about 30 people ask me, I really want that. So if I'm just gonna keep my eyes open here in Taiwan and see if anything special comes up. I'm gonna buy it. I'm just gonna put it up on my website. So my website's not just gonna be for figures, you know, that are recent releases or coming soon, because I think that's just too limited. Okay, let's talk a bit about Wednesday's Star Wars extravaganza. So we had episode 8 of Andor, he's in the prison, and there were some very, very strong THX 1138 vibes. I don't know, many people haven't seen that movie. It's George Lucas's like kind of first attempt at a sci-fi movie. It's very, very, very good. It came out, I think, the year I was born in 1972, and I think like for that time, when you watch it, it's pretty incredible. It's a very dystopian view of the future, and yeah, even if you go to YouTube and then just punch in THX 1138 trailer, watch that, and then go watch Andor, and he's in prison. They're wearing white, and they're barefoot. The guards have, you know, they're all in black, and they've got those tasers, and it's like even the equipment they're using, because they're supposed to be an assembly line, like they're forced labor. Even the equipment they're using is very similar to a lot of the objects that you see in THX 1138. So Tony Gilroy is like a bloody genius. This guy, every week it just gets better and better. And the runtime on these shows, you know, it's over 50 minutes again, and it doesn't, you know, you don't want it to end. Like you've got that when it fades to black and then the credits come up, you're like, God damn it, I'm gonna have to wait till next week now. And I just love that feeling. Whereas before with Book of Boba Fett and with some of the episodes of Kenobi, I was just kind of looking at my watch and thinking, yeah, can this finish now? Hope it gets better next week. Andor is just so good. And I'm thinking like more figures, like what can we have? Well, Yularen, the head of the ISB, he's got to be in the Andor line somewhere, because you know he was in it last week and everyone was like, whoa, Yularen's back, and then again he was in it this week, and so he's got a very central role, and I think he's going to be popping up a lot. The only, again, like, I'm going to repeat myself, Where are the aliens? You know, there's not enough alien creatures in Andor, and especially like that whole prison scene. So you're telling me that every single inmate is a human, like, and there are no aliens in there whatsoever? I don't know. Did you guys see any aliens in what's it called, Nakina 5? Which is odd, because then when I switched to watching Tales of the Jedi, I watched all 6 episodes. You know, episode 1 immediately you're on the planet, and there's a Twi'lek village. So it's like Dave Filoni has this nice mix of human characters and then all the different alien species all doing stuff together and interacting. But my main criticism of the Andor series is the absence of alien characters, and the fact that if there are alien characters, they're just like, it's as if like it's a human body, you know. There's like, you got the human torso, and then they just put like the alien head on. Mon Mothma had that party scene at her house, and she's hobnobbing with all the guests, and in the background there's always like there's like 2 or 3 alien species characters, and they've got their glasses, and they're like just like chit chatting, you know. But it's clearly just like some guy with a mask on. So I don't know, man. There was one alien at the beach. You remember the Space Florida scene where Andor gets arrested by the KX security droid, and it's just the weirdest looking alien. He looks like his head looks like a potato. I actually put that on my Instagram, and I told people, give him a name. Let's have a look. What names did they come up with? These are my favourites. We got Mr. Potato Head. We got Glup Shito, Spud Nick, and Pan Katato, which was from Patrick in Canada. So yeah, I'm going to give you 5 stars for that one. Pan Katato, that's a good one. Yeah, it just looks like a potato. Okay, let's turn our attention to Tales of the Jedi, which was, for me, I went into this thinking this is not going to be that good. They're very, very short. They're too short. And also, Dave Filoni, it's probably going to be a bit kiddish. You know, I watched Andor first, which was like almost like R-rated Star Wars, and then I'm like, what? Now I'm watching Tales of the Jedi, and I'm like, huh? So that first one with Baby Ahsoka didn't really do anything for me. It was okay. It was just like average. But the other 5 episodes really blew my mind, especially the backstory with Dooku. I think that what Lucasfilm was aiming to do was kind of fill in some of the gaps from the prequels, the movies. So like what we don't see, but we know that's happening somewhere else in A Phantom Menace, Attack of the Clones, and Revenge of the Sith, right? So we get to see some of those scenes, and most of them, if not all of them, involve Count Dooku and his gradual turn to the dark side. So in terms of figures, yeah, I mean, Hasbro, you should do like a 5 or a 6 like special, like a set with, you don't need that many figures. Like, it's not, there are only 6 episodes, so it's not like you need to go like crazy like The Mandalorian and have all these different action figures. You only need to have like 5 or 6, and I think that they'll sell like hotcakes. The Inquisitor will be a really nice one. So young Dooku, Count Dooku, Padawan, Qui-Gon Jinn, Yaddle was like really, really insanely good. Yeah, you guys can tell me in the comment section, like, what would be some good figures for Tales of the Jedi, and you know, if Hasbro can be bothered. Oh, and one of my followers on Instagram said there's no way that they're gonna make the Inquisitor, because he's only in it for like literally 60 seconds, right? And then he gets killed. But okay, and then I'm like, well, you see this guy? This guy, right? So we got those 4 Andor figures already, right? We got the Shore Trooper, the Imperial Officer Dark Times, we've got the Imperial Officer Ferrix, and also Andor in the disguise, right? The Aldani mission. So I know this is just a phase 1 bootleg, right? But I bet like $1 billion gazillion bucks that Hasbro will give us, like, as well as this guy, they're gonna give us a phase 2 clone trooper, because these 2 are in a flashback scene, literally for 2 seconds. That's all it was. All right, so yeah, I mean, if they can give us like flashback based action figures, then anything goes. Okay, next up I'm going to look at a chart which was done by a fan, and I found this in one of the Facebook groups. Okay, take it with, this is not 100% scientifically, correct, but I think it does, it shows you a very worrying trend about how since 2013, when the Black Series started, look at the ratio of, single pack and retail available figures compared to like Comic-Con and exclusive figures, which are like really hard to get and they're freaking expensive. And you can see like in 2020 and 2021, it says no convention, there's no grey part. So I guess that's just because, of the coronavirus and the pandemic. So again, like most of, if not all of those public events were cancelled, right? But 2022, this is where we are right now. So we've got more than half of the figures that are being given to us are exclusive figures, and they're a very, very, very high price, and they're quite difficult to get hold of. And I think this is a worrying trend. Moving forward, Hasbro, please, could you please slow down with the exclusives and try to get the balance more. It's just not healthy. And for me in Taiwan, because I'm close to China and I have a good supply chain here, and I'm just purely because of my location, I'm able to get like exclusives coming out of my asshole.
We shall double our efforts.
I hope so, Commander, for your sake.
Okay, lastly, I'm going to do some shout outs. Okay, so I've got two people that I want to mention on Instagram. They do toy pics really, really well. The first one is a guy from New Zealand. It's what's his name? Real Rio Rex. Tongue twister. Real Rio Rex. And he was like kind of inspired by the episode. I think it was like the second episode, Tales of the Jedi, where you've got a younger Dooku, and he doesn't have the beard, right? And there's a very, very young Padawan Qui-Gon Jinn. And yeah, he took this really awesome shot of his figures. And then secondly is KAIS Universe. It's like Kai Universe. Sorry if I'm not pronouncing it correctly, but I follow both of these guys on Instagram. I love what they do. This guy, he immediately set to work customizing a 3.75 inch Inquisitor in that final episode where he has to face off against Ahsoka. So yeah, go follow those two guys. Also, big shout going out to Eric P in the UK, because I keep forgetting to say thank you to him for sending me this. He sent this to me, from the UK, because I was so desperate. I can't find any 501st Clone Troopers. I will put him with Anakin. That's really cool. Okay, that will do it for today. So this weekend, let's keep our fingers crossed that there's going to be some new reveals at the London MCM Comic-Con. And also, it's Halloween. Wait, where's my, here. It's Halloween! I'm going to make a action posing, spinny table video. I've got like a couple of horror genre action figures. I got this one last year, Halloween number 2. This one's got okay, shut up. This one I got a couple of others. I got the American Werewolf in London, and I've also got Annabelle as well. So I'll probably do like a crossover crazy action figure posing video for those. And there we are. I got this guy as well.